Jujutsu Kaisen has taken the world by storm. Let's talk about the people that made it. This is the Notable Staff Series, Jujutsu Kaisen. The director Park Seung-Hu is an up-and-comer who's really hit his stride recently with God of High School and now Jujutsu Kaisen. Listen, we all know the God of High School was just a train wreck, but it was a sexy train wreck. The pacing issues were mostly on Crunchyroll's end, and adapting 100 chapters of a manhwa into a one-cour anime is just not a good idea. Pacing aside, the show had some of the sickest fight choreography in anime. But Park Seung-Hu is not a newcomer to the anime industry. He got his start in key animation, where he worked on Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, Space Dandy, he did the coolest cuts on the Yuri on Ice opening, worked on Zankyo no Terror, and numerous other shows. Bottom line is that this guy is an animator's director. His roots are in key animation and he's still extremely talented in it. And we'll see later on that he's actually got some fire cuts in Jujutsu Kaisen itself. Moving on, we have the sound director, Fujita Akiko. She has a large repertoire under her belt. She worked on Dorohedoro, which was also from MAPPA, the currently airing instant classic Wonder Egg Priority. She did the Kakegurui series, and also a bunch of cute girl shit, and even Idolmaster, so she's been around. On the music, we have Hiroaki Tsutsumi and Okehazama Alisa. Hiroaki Tsutsumi did the apparently incredible Kujira no Kora, aka Children of the Whales. He also did the music for the Devil May Cry series, Dr. Stone, Monster Musume, Orange, and the Seven Deadly Sins, but not that one though, the other one. Okehazama Arisa is also credited with the soundtrack. I'm not really sure who did what exact songs, but they both worked on the music. She also worked on the God of High School, which, look, both shows were chock full of bangerangers, to put it lightly, so I'm expecting big things from both of these musicians in the future. Moving on to the VAs, we have Yuuji, Enoki Junya. He also played Shin in Dorohedoro. He played Fugo in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Golden Wind, and you'll see his other roles moving across the screen now. Gojou Satoru is played by Nakamura Yuuichi, whose extensive best boy repertoire includes Kuro from Haikyuu, Bucciarati from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Golden Wind, Greed from FMAB, Mumen Rider from One Punch Man, Rex Raptor from Yu-Gi-Oh!, and the list goes on and on and on. Playing the reformed salaryman, Nanami, is Tsuda Kenjirou, who is basically the Johnny Depp of Japanese VAs. I mean, look at him. He's got one of the most iconic voices in anime today. It's brooding, cerebral, it's got such a unique timbre. I first took note of this voice actor when he played Chisaki on My Hero Academia, but he has a long legacy when I go back and look at it. He played Inui from Prince of Tennis, but most importantly, this motherfucker played Seto Kaiba in the Japanese dub. One thing I'm personally extremely excited about is that he's going to voice Tatsu in the upcoming Goku Shufudo adaptation. It's a perfect casting. Please check out the manga if you haven't already. We don't have too much time, so I'm going to round out this list with Sukuna, played by Suwabe Junichi. Now, Suwabe Junichi is one of my personal favorite voice actors, and he has a special place in my heart for playing my favorite role in my favorite anime, which is Dandy from Space Dandy. But you'll also recognize him from Bleach. He played Grimjo. You'll recognize him from My Hero Academia, as he plays Aizawa Sensei. And he also played Greed in the original FMA, so he shared a role with Satoru's VA, Nakamura Yuuichi. Same character, different adaptation. He played Baller Supreme Aomine Daiki in Kuroko no Basket. And last but not least, this man voiced the icon of male sensuality, Viktor Nikiforov from Yuri on Ice. Let's talk about animators. Kouki Fujimoto is one of the Sakuga gods on the animation team for this show. He's tasked with some of literally the most impactful moments in Jujutsu Kaisen and has also done work on some of My Hero Academia's most hype moments. Just to point two out, he did the Divergent Fist, the Keiteiken, and he also animated the keyframes on the Black Flash. Kouki Fujimoto, if you don't know his name, write it down, because the next time you see something insanely hype in Jujutsu Kaisen, there's gonna be a good chance that it was him behind the pencil. Next is Park Seung-Hu, the director himself. The man does not sleep, what can I say? This clip of Yuuji and Todo fighting Mother Earth is just insane. I don't know where he gets the time to direct the whole series and then also do cuts like this. When I saw Mahito's domain expansion and the hands enveloping one another, one after the other, I had to, immediately I went to Sakuga Boru and I had to find out who exactly could make hands look that beautiful. If you're a Bleach fan, you'll recognize this fight between Ichigo and Urukiora, which Tanaka Hironori also animated. Yoshihara Tatsuya is worth mentioning because he directs the Black Clover anime. He jumped in to lend a hand with some of the fight scenes. Boom, boom, pow. Once you get to know more about the anime industry as a whole, it's so cool to see the overlap between, because it's not that big, right? So you got the Black Clover director doing some cuts on Jujutsu Kaisen, no big deal. You got the Jujutsu Kaisen director doing cuts on My Hero Academia, and everybody's sort of just working with everyone else. The last animator I'm going to mention is Ken Arto. He just did one cut, though he's notable because he speaks English, he's half French, half Japanese, and he has a great interview with the Trash Taste podcast, which I've linked below. Check them out to get an insider perspective on the anime industry as a whole, the wages, the workload, etc.
Thank you very much for coming on, because it's nice to have someone who's actually been working in the industry and is knowledgeable about what it's actually like working in there, instead of just having three guys
We just
sitting in the room.
I'll wrap it up here, but the discussion is by no means over. In the comments, let me know who your favorite staff member is on this show. Did I miss anyone? Let me know that too. Jujutsu Kaisen is throbbing with potential, and hopefully all these talented people rallying together will propel it into a godlike second season.